Hi everyone, I'm just coming on to show you how to do some watercolouring with your distress inks. Now I have got two ready toned ones out and I will tell you what I'm putting on as I'm doing it. For the body of the bear I used, where am I? Walnut stain, frayed burlap, brushed corduroy. That was the three I used for the bear. The shoe, the half shoe and the bag I have used Firebrick. For this shoe here it is Tattered Rose I've used. Yeah. And I'm just going in this flower here with warm lipstick, but there's a lot of water on it. So it's very, very faded. It's not as vibrant as it would be on its own. And as I said, I am not the greatest colourer in the world. Far from it. But I enjoy doing it. And this is just another bit of the warm lipstick, only it's a bit darker because I haven't watered it down as much. But the good thing with distressing is you can take the colour off at a later stage, and I'll show you that in a minute. If you're wanting to fade it out a wee bit, you can do that. My eyesight's going a bit funny because I'm concentrating on such a wee area. Just trying to see, I'll just grab a baby wipe from under here now, and I'll show you what I mean with lifting certain areas and lightening it. So down here you'll see this flower here, it's vibrant enough, but if you dab it a few times with that, it will almost fade it out. And yes, it's a wee bit of water, it's fine, it's not going to stain the card when you get to the end. You can just take some of the colour out by lifting it. See if I can dry that off a bit to show you a bit. You'll watch it as I'm painting the rest, but it is lifted a good bit without it looking bad. So the next shoe I'm going to use a very vibrant pink, which is Picked Raspberry. And I'm a bit dubious about doing this. I'm just going to turn it to me just for a minute to see where I'm putting it. Right, so if I think I'll put it on this one here. And there's also one here that I'll put it on. Now, one of them I'm going to make a lot darker. And it's this one here. Still Picked Raspberry, but I have used such little amount of water that it's going on almost neat. And then I'll use a bit of picked raspberry with the red to give me more of a rose colour, and I'm going to go in to this one here. And I'm also going to use that as the one he's holding. It's so different when you're interpreting something without a colour source. Obviously, if we copy something off the internet, we can usually find a colour source to see what colours go where, etc. Now let's see, we've still got one there. I'll pull out another one. Maybe put festive berries down, because that's a really vibrant red. I mean, even with putting water onto that, you wouldn't know there was water on it. It's that vibrant a colour. So that's for this one here. And because that's a flip-flop, I'm going to just do the sole with this as well. Only it'll be a lot more faded out. I will add a lot more water to it. And then I'll just lift a wee bit of it off. Let me see. Yeah, I think that's us with the shoes. So we're going in with pumice stone now to do the sole part of the shoe. Oops, sorry about that there. And I'm just putting my pumice stone onto my mat. As I said, hopefully this helps you with realising what you can actually do with your distress inks rather than just going round the side of a page. So we're going in and just doing the sole of these. So we'll begin with black because the borders, the actual stamped image is in black, and if I put too much black in it, it's just going to drown everything. Right, so I think that's the shoes covered. I don't know whether it's going with a table or not for the back. No, I'm not going to bother, I don't think. No, I'm not. But what I'm going to do is just add a tiny wee bit of pinking into the bear's face because some of our friends have always got a wee bit of cheeriness in their face. So there we go. Enough of the pinking, I think. And it will die down once that eases in a wee bit. I'm going to add just a tiny wee bit more pumice stone just under his arms to give it a wee bit more shading. So that's that. It's not perfect. I could probably go back over if I'm honest with you. Where did that put these down? I'm going to go back over with some thread burlap. Just to try and tie the page in. And if I'm honest, see if I had done this on watercolour paper, I wouldn't have, because you'll see like the blotchiness here. You don't get that on a watercolour paper. It would just blend beautifully. I was watching a video by Annie X something. Can't remember the full YouTube name, Annie. But she was doing an art journal yesterday, an art journal page. And it was about music and what inspired her, and music's such a big part of my life as well, and I love so many genres. It's quite worrying. If you actually looked at my music collection, you would think it was maybe 4 or 5 people's different collections merged. Because I like music going back, right back to 50s. Perry Como, loads of the rock and roll era. And I also love a lot of the 60s, Sandy Shaw, obviously Lulu, even a lot of Cilla Black stuff I really liked, and obviously I love the Beatles. I think for their time when they kind of came into the industry. It was just, they totally changed everyone's ideals for what music was. And I really do believe that if they hadn't came up when they did, the music we've got today wouldn't be as free as it is. As I said, this is really blotchy just now, but once it's dry it will be a lot smoother looking. But that's the impression that you'll get. And as I said, if you use it on watercolour paper, it's 100 times better. And you can add your sparkles. I'll just show you a wee bit now. What have I got there? Right, so if I add some pink maybe. Just get a wee bit of crystal. Yeah, it means I can do it all and it will all look different. I'll just put a tiny wee dot on my glass mat. And you can just add I'm just adding it to the wee flower there. You're not going to add hundreds of sparkle and take away from the actual work you've done painting it. And there's one up near him. Is it the one that he's holding? That's got a wee diamante part on it. So I'll put a wee bit extra on that. There you've got it there. And if you notice the wee shoe that's up near him, and you'll see it there. But as I said, there's not hundreds of glitter on it, but there's enough just to give it a wee twinkle. So have a wee crack at it. See what you can do with your Distress inks. It's worth playing with them, because there's nothing worse than having a product that you're not getting full potential out of. It then means that you've wasted money buying it and you're not using it to its full potential. It's I mean, that's what you buy them for, to use them. So go along and start colouring with your Distress inks. I'll see if I can even pull out another one stamp and do it quickly. Maybe a word stamp might work better. When you're using any watercolour products, you need to use Memento's the best, or you can use Ranger's Archival. Both of them are ideal for this type of work. I personally prefer Memento, but Ranger Archival will do the exact same job. Then all you're doing is, and I'll turn it that way I think, is just place down your stamp, and I can't find my gouache mat. I've got a wee stamp mat, So I'm just hoping that this works properly. Just let it transfer, let the ink move. That's fine. And I'll give that a wee rub over with a baby wipe. Perfect. Right, so I think we'll do a blue rose maybe, just to be different. So we'll use maybe Stormy Sky. That's quite a dusty rose, dusty blue colour. And if you're not using a lot of ink, what you can do is, and I'll just show you, this is your pad here. Try and see if I can show you without having a glare on it. There we go. So what I tend to do is, if you're using it without needing a lot, just use your brush and brush it along the inside of the pad, just in there, and just turn it a few times, and that will give you enough ink to do what you're needing. So I'm just going to colour this wee rose in, and I'll cover my distress ink up again now, and you're just going on here. And as I said, this isn't a complicated thing to do, but it's so much cheaper and cost effective if you can get multiple uses out of your products. Because obviously you're thinking of an ink pad, you're thinking, how on earth can I colour with that? I'm just showing you how to do it. So that's your blue rose. If you want it a bit faded, put a wee bit of water on it, and you can actually almost blend it out even more. And then we use green, and I think I'll put crushed olive for the leaves. No, we'll go for Mont Blanc. That's quite a vibrant green. And again, it's not a big surface, so I'm just going to use the side of the paint, the ink pad, and I'll just show you here what I'm doing, just so you don't think I'm using some sort of strange product. And if you get a tiny wee bit of water on the ink pad, it's fine, it will dry up. It's not going to damage it. So then you're just coming in here, and you're just colouring on your leaves. And if you want that to look more spritzed, or you want to make it bleed a wee bit, add a spot of water and just dab it in, and that will make it bleed a wee bit. If you want it to bleed a lot, just dab your finger over them, and it will eventually seep out a wee bit over the lines. I'm trying to think what else. I mean, you can actually stamp on top of your distress inks. I'll see if one of the ones I done earlier are dry properly. Yep, this is dry. So this was one of the cards I had done in the first one, and you'll see it's still paralysed. So you can, I'll just see if I can get a smaller one. It's bulky. It's a wee birthday cake, that's fine. So again, Memento. In Memento, if you're not a big stamper, but you do like this idea, buy the dewdrops. Don't buy the full size pad. I have a few dewdrops in Memento, but I don't use them very often, so but the black I do use quite a lot, so I use the bigger pad for that. And this, just keep your finger on it and stamp it down, make sure it's got a good impression, and let it get a wee minute just to transfer the ink from the stamp to the paper. Then I just take it off, and I'll give that a wee wipe. And you can then colour that whatever colours you like. I don't know. So we'll maybe go for Victorian Velvet for icing. And there's a fair bit of icing, so I'll put a wee bit on my pad. And just a wee bit of water there. And then we'll just start colouring over that. You don't need to be Picasso to do this, believe me, because I'm absolutely rubbish. In fact, my art exam, your art exam when I've done it, was meant to take 2 days, with your lunch hour obviously allowed, and 15-minute break in the morning and in the afternoon. And by lunchtime on my first day, I was done. I don't understand why they expect art to take so long. I mean, don't get me wrong, I understand the composition, but my God, get a life, people. You're wanting something quick that you can enjoy doing. How can anybody enjoy sitting for 2 days drawing the same thing? I would be bored out my nut. Needless to say, I passed it, don't get me wrong, I passed it, I got a 4, but I was just so bored. I respect artists, I really do. The likes of Gemma Lou, Poet Spice, who can sit and properly draw amazing graphics, fabulous. Christina from Crafty Paws as well. She's another one that's talented where that's concerned. Personally, I've just not got the patience for it. What colour have we got to do the candles? Pick raspberry, that's a nice bright colour. I'll just put a wee splodge on my mat. As I said, I have got a lot of respect for them, but I couldn't do it. I would be bored stiff. I mean, even last night doing the mini album that I had made, by the time I got to the last few pages, I was demented. I was like, oh my god, if I'd known this was going to take so long. I've just a wee drip of water there, so I'm just going to soak that up. But as I said, I'm one of the most impatient people I know. I like to be able to do my own thing as well. Being told, I mean, at school we were told it was still life, I think. We had to choose something for the art room and draw it. And honestly, I was bored stiff. At least if you can draw nature, or you can put your own interpretation into it, you're not restricted as much. And I've just kind of mixed these two together to give me a richer pink to go around this part of the icing. Or piping, whatever you want to call it. As I said, it's not going to be a masterpiece, it is just to show you what you can do with it. And then just down here. There we go. We've got colour in these. And as I said, I know it's a bit crud, but I don't like to be pulling out hundreds of colours just to show you that you can colour on top of something. And lastly, we need a wee bit of orange for the candles. So we'll go for Spiced Marmalade. And again, I'll just use the side of the pad for this because it is literally a wee teardrop at the top of them all. Right, so we are just tiny wee spot at the top of them. You don't need to have it perfect. So there you go. And that's coloured on top of a stamp on top of a distressed background. Okay, so it's just another way of using the materials. The next tutorial I'll come on with, I'll probably do a distressed resist. But I'm knackered now, so it'll be tomorrow, I think. So I hope you've enjoyed that, and I will speak to you later. Bye for now.